Here's a deeper fear. When you have someone, just ask yourself, okay, here's a quick test. For you, don't say anything, don't raise your hand. I want you to think of something right now that you absolutely believe in your life. Whatever, don't matter what it is. That you believe is absolute truth. Whatever it is. That you would never sway on. Think of what that might be. Just pick something in here that you know, that you really believe in. Okay. Now, you may make a mistake from time to time and slip off of that. And then come back and say, man, I messed up. But if you slip off that and you stay off of that, you got a major problem in your personal life. And what I want to ask you, when you slip off that, not personal, I'm just here's an example. But if he slips off of that, and I ask him about it and say, but you said you believe this. What about that vote last week? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to change. I'm going to come back. Or, well, so what? Okay? That tells me where he's at. He's in it for himself. He's out. I got to go to the next one. Folks, until you can get a coalition of people together that's going to stand on what they say they believe, and listen, when you got someone just like that belief you said you just thought of, if you won't stand on that, you're not a person of integrity either. You have no integrity. And if I've got a bunch of people up there, if we can't find enough to create a coalition to stand against that garbage that they're passing through, then we don't have a means to stop it. However, we can't stop that train if we don't have enough to get a hold of it and start dragging it back. All of our issues are always going to be issues. If you don't get back to the roots and get people to stand on what they say they believe, then just send you a good negotiator and keep doing what you've been doing, and hopefully they'll get some leadership role and all that garbage. And how's that been working for us? That's not been working too well either. So, anyway, my whole deal is this. Only thing I know to do, get some people, get them together left like a covey of quail, and start saying no, because when you're dealing with immorality, the only thing immorality understands is power. And when you, boom, put the boom on it, and you stop a vote, you've demonstrated power. And take it from one that knows. People, for the most part, they want to do the right thing, but if you don't have the right leadership to lead them to do the right thing, they're going to stay ensnared in where they're at. And there's always a silent majority. And when I see our 5 congressmen do what they've done, for me, I say they need some leadership. Good men, but they're following the wrong leaders. And I think we need to do something about that. So that's what I'm about. Please check out my website. There's cards on the table. Check that out. Take it with you. You can email me. You can call me. Whatever you need to do. Real quick Q&A, or you want to wait till the end? Terry?
Yes. Anybody got any questions?
Anything real quick? Anything?
Right back there. Nate?
Coming from a family that's all attorneys except myself, I work for a living. The question I've got is this: what will you specifically go to help our educational system turning out students that are liberal-minded when they walk out the door and it's likely they've been drinking Kool-Aid? Is there anything we can do about that?
Get rid of the Department of Education.
I'm sorry?
Get rid of the Department of Education. But you can stretch that to anything. I mean, what about this stinking Department of Energy? So it forms out, correct me if I'm wrong, Wayne, I think it's the late 70s. And they're going to, because of all the oil, the Carter years, we had the big oil and all that garbage, and we stood in gas lines and all that. Well, we got to get this, we become oil independent. I'm saying 40 years later, what happened? Nothing. We got a bunch of agencies. But my whole deal is, the more you get government out of our lives, the better off we're going to be. But the problem is, folks, it's not going to happen until you get people coming back to what they say they believe. See, here's the thing. if you say, well, Dwayne, go up there and influence the people. Well, okay. And I go up there and I can talk Annie into doing something. And it works well. We got a good bill through, or we defeated a bad bill. Yeah, boy, you're doing it. Folks, that doesn't accomplish anything. What happens when I'm gone? What happens if I die 2 years into, you know? But when I help Annie to come back to what she said she believed, that carries on. Folks, you don't want me up here for 25 years babysitting. I'm going up there to create a foundation that carries on, because it's not because I'm coercing or I'm negotiating or I'm doing deals. It's because I'm telling and encouraging them to come back to who they say they are and start doing what they say they believe. That will carry on. That's what you have to develop to outlive my term. And that's what we have to do to get the government out of stuff.
But doesn't some of that outliving give you the power?
Excuse me?
That outliving give you the power. Those terms that you finally get to be ahead of certain things, that's where the power is, isn't it? A lot of that power up there.
I'm not sure if I understand your question.
Tenure. How many years you're up there gives you the power.
Okay, what's that doing for us?
Well, we don't have anybody that seems to have much tenure, do we?
Do we?
Lucas there.
Oh, we got plenty.
Well, they're not doing
But we got plenty of conservatives that say they've been there. So, I mean, the game, okay, I don't care whether it's tenure or what it is. All right, take someone tenure, okay? And let's take someone tenure and let's pick one. And let's say they're a chair of a big committee. Pick a committee that you think's a big committee, okay? How come we got the problems we do? Take the Appropriations Committee. What a joke. Why do we have the problems we do? All these people been there for all these years are supposed to be good, people-loving, good Republicans, good Democrats, whatever, choose one. I don't think the tenure's doing too good for us, because we're not addressing the right problem. As long as we're going to see the tenure, whatever it is, as